Hello everyone. As you see today, we will be going over Verses Chapter 3. And if you end up enjoying the video, remember to subscribe if you want to see more from me, and like the video. Let's get started. We open up the chapter with them using a teleportation circle to transport them back to the area they were in. And they realize that both of them don't recognize the area that they are in. So it's true that multiple worlds were fused together, not just their own. Zaybi states that their mission is to save any other survivors and to transport them back to their base. And honestly, just in the few hours the worlds have been fused, a couple people probably died by other natural enemies, not even knowing what the hell was going on. We rewind a bit, right after Chapter 2 ended, and Zaybi gives Hallow the breakdown of what's going on, and that him and Kayla's team are going to go out to rescue others, and to get more information on the situation they are in. He tells Hallow to stay back, but Hallow refuses, basically saying that he is a warrior and he won't feel like he is of any use if he is not fighting or defending people. Honestly, he probably could help a decent amount around the base, since he is so physically strong compared to all other humans. But Zaybi relents and lets him come along on the rescue mission. As they search, they get attacked by giant moles, but they then get scared off by some kind of mountain-sized Godzilla monster, and they consider leaving after seeing something like that. But Hallow says he saw something human-like over by the buildings, and they decide to go check it out. They get over there, and it turns out to be a giant eating someone. The soldiers open fire on it, and their laser weapons just bounce off of it. So they get ready to use heavier weapons, but Hallow notices that there are actually other survivors. Hallow tries to hold the giant off, but Zaybi casts some fog magic to distract it, and tells Hallow not to be so sacrificial. They manage to get the people, but the giant blows the fog away and begins to chase after them. They get back to where they were, but the street is destroyed because it seems like some large roots broke it apart. So Kayla makes a zip line to get them across. A neat detail here is that Hallow slid down the zip line while standing on it, and I think this is just a passive way that the creators are showing us his skill, so that's kind of cool. They think they're finally safe, but the giant just leaps over the chasm and continues to chase them until he gets attacked by the moles that attacked them earlier. Now that he was busy with them, they were able to escape, but as they get to the teleportation pad, they keep seeing more and more people that they need to help. So we get to see a montage of them going to different areas, seeing the other world's natural enemies. They finally get back with a good chunk of people, and they get to the bad news that the king is now sick with a disease that came from one of the other worlds, and that the other people in the base are getting sick with it as well. Hallow starts to think about all of the enemies that they have to fight now, recalling all of them he has seen today, and seems to realize something as we cut to a meeting room with all the other world's leaders, getting ready to exchange information and to come up with a game plan on how to handle the situation they are all now in. And that's where Chapter 3 ends, so let's get into the discussion portion of the video. So this chapter expanded the universe a lot more, with showing us more of the other worlds that got merged together and the natural enemies that came with them, as well as showing how humans of the other worlds look, because we see a few people they saved definitely don't look like they are from the same worlds design-wise. And the worlds are still settling into themselves, constantly changing from moment to moment, with wildlife growing everywhere and natural enemies investigating their new environments. Combat-wise, it seems humans from the demon world are the most effective, with Hallow being able to take hits from the giants and Zaybi being able to cast spells. The soldiers are pulling their weight as well, with the tech they bring, like the zipline and the physical enhancement suits they have. The giant this chapter was pretty terrifying, with basically nothing the characters threw at it working, along with how just physically strong it was, being able to just leap over large gaps like it did. If the super moles did not start fighting it, they might have not been able to get out of there unscathed. Now, by the end of the chapter, it seems we will finally get a breakdown of all the different worlds, like how they work and what their natural enemy is, so I'm excited for that. We also get to know more about Hallow's mindset, with him thinking he is useless if he is not fighting, because that's what he was basically raised to do for his entire life, like all the other heroes. And we see the sacrificial hero's mentality with him wanting to fight the giant alone so the rest could escape. And it was obvious he had a decent chance of dying if he actually did that. Then we get on to Zaybi, kind of being the pseudo leader right now, taking charge and organizing everyone. But we also see, along with that, he wants his brother Hallow to be safe, since he wanted him to further heal at the base and just help out there, since he wasn't 100% battle ready yet. But he saw how pained Hallow was if he stayed back, and let his emotions beat out his logical thinking, letting him come along. He was of course useful on the mission, but he could have died if Zaybi did not talk some sense into him when he tried to sacrifice himself. But as always, Zaybi is a great character so far. Overall, I thought this was another good chapter with some action and just great artwork in general. I would love to discuss the chapter down in the comments, and make sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more from me. So, I will see you guys later. Bye guys.